Good morning, YouTube. How are we doing today? Welcome, and I am very excited to showcase this game for you right now. It is called Gunfire Reborn. It is a first-person shooter roguelike, and I actually technically covered it like a year or longer ago, I think, when it first came on early access. It's sort of been my secret game for a very long time now. I guess it's not really a secret, but you know, I haven't really shown very much on YouTube, especially recently. I've shown nothing. So I really want to tell you about it because it is releasing very, very soon. I believe it's like November 15th-ish is going to be the 1.0 release while it's been in early access. I've played a lot. I have almost like 80 hours in this game already. So many members of the Haelian fam have also been playing it a lot and just love it. And they're probably way better at it than me also by this time. But just like, this is an amazing game. It's a co-op, can be co-op obviously, first-person shooter roguelike where it has runs that last, you know, like maybe at max an hour currently right now, although the 1.0 is going to add a new biome, so the runs might get a little bit longer. I've had runs take as little as like 20-25 minutes, so they can go quite short, they can go quite long here. But anyway, let's start showing you the game right away here, and I'll explain things as I go best that I can. I did start from a new save for this video just because the game is very different once you've leveled up some in your save file. It definitely gets much easier. I guess you could say there's a grind, but I think it's kind of a neat grind and stuff. But yeah, there's definitely a big difference between being low level and high level. Not to say that like you can't beat the game if you're not high enough level, because I think on normal difficulty here you can still do pretty good. So let's get it started here. All right, so there are multiple characters. You only get to start with one. We are a kitty cat. Actually, don't know the kitty cat's name. And here it is. Here's the game. The graphics are an interesting aesthetic, really. It might not be to everyone's taste, sort of like that. Is this cel-shaded? I think it's kind of cel-shaded, right? Actually, I got to move my head real quick. I just noticed. Whoop, let's go up here. I think that'll be okay. Let's see. Where's everything else? Maybe I actually go... Where's my head belong, you think? Let's go over here above my health bar. Something like that. Maybe that's for the best. Okay, we'll deal with that for now, I think. All right. That chest we cannot use at all. So you start a run, and the stages are all the same so far right now. I think there is some layout randomness and stuff. But yeah, it's a first-person shooter already, as you can see. This is the default gun. It is called a Foundry. This game has multiple characters. Multiple characters, Dan? Really? It has multiple characters, and each one has their own unique E and Q ability. I call it E and Q because those are the corresponding buttons if you're playing on mouse and keyboard on PC here. And so the kitty cat has, for E, which is a cooldown button basically, has that time freeze that also deals a lot of damage. Their Q ability is this green grenade that applies a status effect to enemies and deal some damage also. So you really got to utilize those when you're first starting out. I cannot use this yet. I can shoot these vases, get some ammo and stuff like that. We did find our first gun. They do drop off randomly from enemies. This is a wild hunt. This is Wild Hunt. This is a short-range shotgun. I don't love it, especially with this character right now. We're best at using long range, I'd say. But these inscriptions, which are completely randomized, are actually not too bad for it, I will say. So at least there's that, I guess. Oops, I accidentally hit that button. So yeah, I think one good tip right away if you are gonna start playing this game is to make sure you use, especially the Q button a lot. I've had some friends start at the game and they just keep forgetting to use all the different buttons. You definitely have to get used to it. Plus 5% lucky shot chance per second resets after triggering a lucky shot. That's really good. So these are scrolls. They will drop sometimes at random. You'll get them as rewards from chests sometimes too, and things like that. These are things that will power us up for this current run, basically. They're called occult scrolls. This one sounds really good. Lucky shot chances, let's see. It's really hard to say because there's crits and then there's lucky shots in this game. A crit is when you actually headshot or get the weak point of an enemy. It's usually the head in enemies. So that's a crit. A lucky shot is what most other games consider a crit, which is, you know, just a random chance at doing higher amounts of damage. So I understand that they had to kind of use a different naming convention for that. All right, these are called Ascensions, and this is the most important thing to power yourself up during a run. Now, there is a meta currency we are gathering here that will help us in between runs to level up and do more damage, have more health, and all sorts of different things, basically. But yeah, these are incredibly important choices, and they're very hard choices, too, I will say, a lot of times. So we actually have a good mishmash here. So smoke grenades are our Q ability. Smoke grenades last for one more turn, and the damage interval is minus 20%. I think that means enemies get hurt more frequently if they're standing in the green aura, basically. Energy orb is our E button, so our energy orb will make our next weapon hit deal a lot more damage, 300%, and it will deal more damage to enemies around them, or plus 30% damage against enemies under an elemental effect. So this character, the kitty cat, definitely deals a lot of elemental damage, so I kind of like this one usually. I'm gonna take it. The energy orb was a really close one. I don't know if I love the smoke grenade one there, honestly. All right, I think that's it. You'll see me swapping to the default gun a lot there, just because you move faster when you have the default gun, or just a lighter gun in general. Yeah, I don't love this wild hunt right now, because I don't really want to get close to enemies. That's okay, because we got another weapon drop here. We got the Piercing Flame. It is the opposite of a close-range weapon. This is a scoped weapon, and I'll be honest, I don't like this one either. Although it has a much larger magazine, which is pretty good, I guess, at least. It's not bad, but I think this is the kind of gun that you need to have, or rather, it showcases if you're very good at aiming. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am not an epic first-person shooter gamer. You will see no 360 no-scopes from me. It's just, I'm just not that good. But the nice thing about Gunfire Reborn here is that you really don't have to be. You can utilize these skills mostly and just like knowledge of the game to do really well, I think. Oh, no. Woo! I forgot I couldn't back up there. We entered a new room with enemies and stuff. Okay, that's fine. All right. I'd say if this game is lacking anything, it is lacking a little bit in the music front. The music's not, it's not bad music, but it's not very, it's not very unique or enthralling, I'd say, really. It just gets kind of stale pretty quickly, I'd say. But at least it doesn't like necessarily wear itself out. Leave it on and probably just not notice it. It's very much so just background music or noise, I'd say. All right, we finished another level, thus I get to pick another Ascension here. Enemies affected by your grenades will deal 50% less damage and take more damage. I don't like Blinding Sphere here, it just makes our energy orb, our E button, bigger. Corrosion damage, this does affect grenades too, I believe, because our grenades are a corrosion effect. So there are 3 elements in this game. We're gonna do that. We're gonna try to go all elemental here. See how that goes. No promises how far we make it, because when you start a new save in this game, it's really hard. It's honestly really hard. Don't feel bad if you do not get anywhere near as far as I do. If I even get that far, I don't know. We will see here. I haven't really tried it on a new save at all lately. All right, this is an optional chest where we can gain a scroll. I can give a scroll if I wanted, but I like our current one to get a scroll. I can give money to get a scroll, but it could be a bad scroll, a cursed scroll, as you see. A cursed scroll is a just straight up negative, usually. Sometimes they don't really affect you or your build necessarily, but yeah. All right, I have a lot to explain still here, so I'm gonna do my best. I'm not gonna go too far into detail about all the guns. I will try to show every gun that drops, at the least here. All right, here's a new gun, Cavalry. So I started talking about the elements. There's 3 different ones. There's fire, there's corrosion, and there's lightning. And each one has a certain benefit against different things. Lightning is good against shielded enemies. Corrosion is good against enemies with armor, which is the yellow bar. And fire or burning is good against just the red bar, which every enemy has to some degree. So fire pretty good there. Cavalry is, there's also 3 different types of ammo. There's special ammo, normal ammo, and large ammo. And you really don't want to just have 2 guns using the same amount of ammo, because you might just run out, or you know, you need some kind of backup, especially when you're first starting out. Ammo can be a bit of a problem. When you get later on, it's probably not, unless you like spec into a lot of ammo usage or something. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't mind the look of this gun. I could start upgrading it here. We are at a craftsman. They are an NPC that can upgrade our guns and just make them deal more damage, and they can do more things later on. I don't think I really want to upgrade that. These are okay, I think. I don't really mind. You know, I'm probably not gonna get too far, so I'll just spend some money. You might not normally want to do that in order to get further. You probably want to save it for like a better gun or something, but you don't know what's good yet. I will pick up and exchange 1 gun for a new one every time we can, just so I can showcase as many as I can. But yeah, this gun uses normal ammo, which you get to carry a lot of. It uses a lot of the ammo. All normal guns tend to use a lot of ammo, whereas like special and large, it tends to be you need to think about your shots a little bit more. All right, we got another chest here. And get a random weapon. I'll get a random scroll. What do we get? Dash skill has 3 charges. Oh, I didn't even get to mention that. Perfect then. So you do have a get dash skill. It has a cooldown. That's what the shift button is for. Now I have 3 of them instead of just 1, which is amazing, really. That's actually a really good scroll, I think, to grab there. Or at any point. I think that scroll is always good, to be clear. So pretty happy about that. The dash is pretty important to avoid, namely in boss fights, I think, to avoid getting hit and stuff. Oh boy, yeah, so my shield just broke there. I have to talk about that. Okay. Get those grenades down. We're fine though. Okay. So you can see my health in the bottom left. We also have a shield. The blue bar recharges as long as I haven't been hit for a while. It starts to recharge slowly and comes back to full. The green bar is a health bar, but you can get health back by these bun drops, magic buns, or you can buy them from this NPC here, who is a peddler. They also sell guns and grenades and things like, and ammo if you need. Don't really need anything from them right now, so we'll probably just move on here. We got another Ascension. There are bosses in this game. You will see them shortly. Let's see. I don't really want fire damage. I want to get corrosion damage. I know this has fire damage, but I already started doing corrosion. It's kind of unlucky we didn't get to do corrosion level 2. I think the most important part when picking these Ascensions is to try to keep leveling up the same ones that you picked up oftentimes. I think that's really good. Energy Orb has 1 more charge is quite good, I think, because Energy Orb deals quite a bit of damage. I'm happy with that one, I think. I think the more you play, the more you realize how important these Ascension choices are and what synergizes well and stuff like that. Alright, so we've talked about the elements and stuff a little bit. So fire just puts a dot on enemies. Corrosion slows the enemies. I'm gonna get rid of the piercing flame. I'm probably not really gonna utilize it, honestly. We'll pick up this aura venom. This deals corrosion damage, so I actually might want to just start leveling this up and holding onto it for a long time. I kind of like these inscriptions, as they call them here, which are just additional effects. I'm not gonna read them all because it's a lot of text at first, I admit. It's a lot to take in. All right. But yeah, this is very good against enemies with the yellow bar, with the corrosion damage and stuff. All right. Gotta make sure I use my energy orb well here. We got shielded boys over here, which are annoying for me. Or really any character, I guess. Since I have to find a way around them and stuff. Okay, we got 1. Beautiful. So yeah, this game is so good. Honestly, you can talk to a lot of people in the community, and a lot of them will tell you just how good it is themselves, too. Whoa, okay. It is just so good. There's so many difficulty levels and stuff, so even when you think that, like, oh, I got a handle on this is easy and stuff like that, it feels not so easy and things like that. And that there's a talent system for in between runs to level up. So that it does feel still fairly beginner friendly, I think. I think they have a good balance of difficulty there. And I think one of the best things is that the difficulty system in this game, it does a pretty good job where it doesn't take things away from you to make the game harder. That's something I don't like that games do. You got a pretty intense fight here. We're fine though. I don't like it when games like, you know, like on easy mode, they give you more health drops or something like that. And then on harder modes, they just take those away, and that's what makes the game harder. In this, they do a good job because the enemies are more unique. You can encounter just powered up enemies that just have different buffs and things of that nature. If you played Hades, kind of like benefits package and stuff like that. There's traps that you need to avoid and stuff like that. They put a lot of work into it, I'd say. They didn't just simply like take more damage. You definitely do take more damage, but it's a little bit more than that, luckily. All right, what do we got here? Hello? We got an Argus. I'll take it. I wouldn't normally take this probably. I'll swap it out Cavalry. I'm probably gonna hold on to our Aura of Venom here because I think that gun will actually help us get much further. All right, we got another one. Lightning damage being offered, no thank you. Max shield after you smoking grade, no thank you. But this is level 2, plus 60% damage against enemy under an elemental effect. So if I get corrosion on them, they will take additional damage. That sounds good. You do unlock more guns. You might see some repeating guns being offered to me. Like that was another shotgun that we already had, so that's why I didn't pick it up. You might see that a lot, but the more you play, the more guns get unlocked, and there are a lot. I think that's actually potentially the best part about this game is like there's so many guns. Actually, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. All right, we're actually already at the first boss, which I'm kind of surprised at. It went by fast. So before the boss, you get to talk to the blacksmith and the peddler. I'm missing 7 health, but I think I'll just deal with that. That's fine. All right, let's get going. I will show the Argus here, but I'm probably not going to use it after this fight at all. I probably shouldn't be using it all, but I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, freeze. All right, I have 3 dashes, but boom, you gotta save the dashes for the right moments there. All right, I'm gonna swap to the other gun right about now, I think. Freeze them, grenade them. This is gonna look kind of easy. I feel like we got pretty lucky with some things. Maybe not as lucky as I think. Oh, okay, that freeze didn't work, sadly. Some bullets do have a travel time, which can kind of make the gun not as good, I think. You can hear that satisfying ping noise when I get a headshot and stuff. Get some nice crits in there. Kill it! He summoned some critters, got back some shield. Okay, headshot, headshot, headshot. Oh, die. Thank you very much. All right. Lovely. We killed Lord Uwu. That is one of 2 boss fights you can encounter at the end of the first biome here. All right, and then we got a bunch of goodies. Boss fight probably didn't seem that hard, but I played this game a lot, like 80 hours, keep in mind. So I think it's gonna look that way. All right, we got 3 gun drops. We got an illusion, we got a cavalry, which we already saw, and another piercing flame, which I already saw. So I'm gonna swap the Argus. I mostly showed that. This is actually a pretty good one too. I actually really like this gun. So I'll try to show that one at least a little bit. Hawkeye Sight. Plus 2 crit X, however, minus 50% weapon damage when not triggering a crit. Weapons with a scope gain 2 times zoom. So this is a scroll. A lot of scrolls, maybe not a lot, some scrolls have a negative effect. So you gotta pay attention to them a little bit, and it can be quite difficult. Ooh, getting some luck here. Plus 80% corrosion damage, I like it. All right, let me look. Okay. So basically, if I hit something in the head or in their weak point, it's not always in the head, I will deal a lot more damage. But if I don't hit them in the head, I will deal half as much damage. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not an epic gamer, so I feel like I kind of can't take that one, sadly. Yeah, I'm gonna opt out of it. How accurate is my Aura Venom? It doesn't have plus accuracy or anything, so yeah, I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it. I feel like it's just gonna ruin me here. All right, on to the next biome. We are going to the desert land. Okay, you need to get a small heal right after the boss there. And here we go. This is where things are going to suddenly pick up in difficulty, I think. These guys right here are the bane of my existence, especially when I was first starting the game. The snipers. I'm going to try to take them out quickly a lot of times, I think. Got some fire lizards. So yeah, we got some new enemies. This guy right here could be trouble too. All right, we'll throw that. Try to bonk them in the head. So yeah, I don't deal as much damage if they have the blue shield, because lightning damage does best against enemies that have that blue shield. But our Aura Venom is quite strong, so it seems like we're okay. Seems like we're okay. That corrosion damage might make us go pretty long here. Hopefully I can remember I have +3 dashes. Wish I could afford that. Make that gun better. You can find ammo and more grenade drops and things like that by cracking these open, but they also just stay there if you don't pick them up, so there's really no harm in just like cracking them open as you're walking by and stuff like that. All right, there we go. Very good. Looking gooch. I picked up something. I don't know if I even said it. I don't think I was paying attention. All picked up ammo will automatically convert to the currently equipped weapon type. That's really good. It means I really just don't have to worry about ammo, especially for the gun I actually like. That was another shotgun, so I'm gonna skip that. I don't know if I've already gotten all the guns. That's another piercing flame, so I'm gonna skip that. Oh, right, I still gotta show off the illusion. Let's give it a shot here. So, the rate of fire ramps up the longer you hold it down. Oh! It's okay, I can revive myself, but only once. I immediately get myself killed when I start to use another weapon. It happens so fast. Obviously, we're very weak. You can up your survivability by spending Soul Essence. That is the meta currency you can collect in this game. We currently have 66 in the top right. Coins are used to buy things in the run. Anyway, that's the illusion. I am now done using it, I think. It's not bad, but I think this Aura Venom is going to do way better just because it deals corrosion damage, basically. I'm telling you, those snipers, you gotta watch out for those. All right, let's see. What else am I forgetting to mention here? I don't know. So in co-op, enemies do scale up, mostly in health. They just have way more health in co-op because things get kind of crazy. There are fusion effects where if you put more than one elemental effect on an enemy, like crazy stuff can start to happen. Lots of damage, big damage. But as I was saying with the difficulties, this game doesn't really take things away from you, so you can still feel overpowered, even in the higher difficulties, which I think is nice. But the enemies just get that much harder still too. But yeah, like I just love games where you can find like overpowered builds, and it's not necessarily just get one thing and up, like the run's a win kind of thing. I like it when you actually have to think about it and think about synergies and stuff like that. All right, we're doing okay. Okay, lots of... I don't know why desert coyotes have a ranged attack here, for crying out loud, but apparently they do. Okay, please die. Please die. All right, sometimes I forget to use my grenades as well. All right, lovely. This game's definitely been a sneak up. I think actually when it first launched, I was still having a lot of fun with it too myself. But now, as things have gotten better in the game, as they've added more stuff, I'm not gonna do that. it just feels like they've made all the right decisions in a lot of ways. Shooting won't consume any ammo for the next 2 seconds when killing an enemy or destroying an item. Well, it can't hurt us, so I will take it. More Ascensions. Plus 120% corrosion damage. The first crit hit on the enemy will create smoke, which is equivalent to an exploding smoke grenade. We can actually get smoke grenade damage up too, which will make that more powerful, so we really want that. So basically, if I get a crit with this, which deals corrosion damage, then it'll make a grenade explode on them without consuming one automatically. So this gun just got way better. I could walk all the way back to that blacksmith. That's probably technically correct in order to get the most damage and stuff like that, but let's not bother, huh? Let's just keep the action a-flowing. It's a pretty fast-paced game. And the higher level you are, the more fast it's gonna wind up being. So this could get dicey. Kinda trying to be as careful as possible here. Okay, I got this thing shooting at me. I hate them. There we go. I can't hit these guys for the life of me, it feels. They just have just the right amount of movement to make me annoyed, I'd say. Alright, ammo's not a problem. We're at full health still somehow, even though that felt very dicey. Alright, we can move on. Here's another blacksmith, so we didn't get punished, really. Level that up one more time, really quickly. Just equals more damage. Okay, lots of enemies. Okay, very good. Looking good. A lot of builds are viable in this game too. Like you saw me skip a lot of stuff about smoke grenades and things like that in the Ascensions, and I didn't take a lot of energy orb stuff. But you can definitely make pretty much everything work. I mean, I still have a lot of experimentation to do for sure. I haven't really been able to try that much. So there's lots of experimentation with the Ascension still, and then you got all the different guns too that you can definitely try to make work. Oh boy. One hit. Rip my shield, huh? I could definitely use some defensive scrolls or power-ups or something here, really. There is some stuff that could help me. Okay. Alright, get away from me. Shoo. Alright. Whoa. Gotcha. Please hit something in the head. Make them explode, please. Alright. Not much else to say. This isn't a new gun. That's that Argus gun again. I know I haven't really used anything. I guess I'll pick it up, because it's a level 4 at least. That you do get better weapon drops the further into the run that you get. There are currently 3 biomes here in early access. There are slated to be 4. Each with multiple bosses as options at the end of each. I don't like the look of this room, huh? Okay. Sound effects are pretty cute for all the different characters. You got the Boom Kitty here. They do have some characters that benefit from being like close range and stuff like that. Definitely. A few characters that are better at long range and stuff like that. I probably don't enjoy the long range characters quite as much, usually. Again, I think it's just because they rely a lot on being good at aiming. But the prime time when I played first-person shooters was when, like, Return to Castle Wolfenstein was, like, the top game, basically. And that didn't even have, like, a multiplayer mode. Alright, we got a big boy right here. Their weak point is actually different. I'm gonna try to take care of some of these bandits maybe first. Uh-oh. Getting surrounded a little bit here. Oh, no! Oh. Dang, we were actually doing pretty well for our first run, I gotta say, but just kind of got too many things around me, got shot up. Bandit Retainer hit me for 48 damage. I can only res myself once with Soul Essence, which was the currency you saw there. But now, it seems like a good time to end it, 30 minutes in. No big deal. It happens. No big deal. Now we can look at the talent tree. So here we can fill out what we want to level up, and I can give you some quick tips on where I think you should spend your first stuff when on your first essences, basically. I think, okay, so across the board, the top ones are all really, really cheap, so you probably want to do that mostly. These are specific to the hero, just this one line, and this is the only hero that we currently have, so that's that. Number one, you gotta unlock this. This will allow you to get access to vaults. It only costs 5 soul essence. We have 88 right now, obviously. So we're definitely gonna get that. That's very important because when you enter a vault, it's sort of an optional challenge area. Sometimes they involve some platforming, which is not to everyone's taste, honestly, but nevertheless, it's good just to try to prolong your run. It's sort of a risky maneuver for the better of the whole run kind of thing. It'll let you get more scrolls and stuff like that. So we want to be able to at least unlock them. Whether or not you take them is another thing. Here we go. Plus 5% weapon damage, only 5. Plus 10% skill damage, only costs 5. More max health, more max shield. And drops an additional weapon after defeating a boss. It only costs 5. Still going to take it just because it's so cheap, really. This costs 25. Energy orb cooldown, minus 2 seconds. It's pretty expensive. I think I'd actually recommend piling some points into skill damage after that. Because I think early on, going into skills just felt much easier for me rather than relying on a lot of weapon damage. I think the more I played, the more I fleshed out a lot of these trees, which, by the way, I have not finished this yet. But the more I flesh out the trees, I'm kind of preferring weapon damage over, going all in on skills. But early on, I found it pretty easy to get a lot done by just spamming the skills, basically. All right, so I'm going to do a bunch of skill damage, and you can get more skill capacity here soon once you get high enough level. So that'll be nice. And then after that, I'll probably just do some more armor, shield, health. It doesn't really matter that much. And then tier 2 is unlocked, and I could potentially level those up. So yeah, that's it for Gunfire Reborn, but there's going to be a lot more coming, I assure you. This game is amazing. I plan to play it a lot more. I have been playing a lot. I just haven't been showing it a lot. Let me know what you guys think. Please comment what you think about this game. If you played it, if you haven't, if you want to play the game, etc., etc. And subscribe if you haven't, of course, you know what I mean? Because you're definitely going to see a lot of this game, tips and tricks, maybe even some tier lists. I don't know. I don't know if I'm good enough yet, but I'm trying to get to that point where I know where the right choices are, basically. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And then, by the way, in the next video, you will be seeing me starting from my original save file where things definitely move way faster, and I might be playing at the higher difficulties as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hey, YouTube, make sure you come visit my Twitch streams for all the best cursed content ever at twitch.tv/Haelian every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 12 p.m. EDT.